Go. All right, Johnson. Give them them numbers.
Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
2,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
3,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
4,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8,
6,
6, 7, 8,
7,
7, 8,
8 right there.
8,
7 again.
8,
Walk it on down.
7, 8,
Little bit lower.
7, 8,
Little bit
5, 6, 7,
lower.
8,
Come on, come on,
4,
come
5,
on.
6, 7, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
2,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You think people are really gonna watch this,
They ain't got nothing else to do.
right?
Word.
I ain't going on social media talking shit about TDS radio. I know that much.
My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she wants us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready?
Nigga.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and I am here with.
Yeah, girl, so fab. Hey, y'all.
Why'd I just do all that?
Because
okay.
what was going on up
Because I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of space on your side and not as such on mine, but it's okay.
Okay. Hey, y'all.
Today is Wednesday, Hump Day.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, fam? And so we gotta do this thing. Let's get over this hump.
Yeah.
Nah, so I ain't nothing else to say about that.
Yeah.
Let's get over this hump.
Yeah.
Racing to the weekend, man.
Hi, B.
Racing to the weekend. Hey, feel good, feel great. Hold on. So, what do we need to do here? We need to get the birthdays. Because we don't have any intro things, do we? No.
No, we went through all of that yesterday. You know, that took up more time than what was desired. I don't think we really have anything else to discuss.
Yeah, no intro things. It is what it is
I think
today.
we're good. How's your game going?
Which one? I only get a chance to get a couple. So total, I've played 3 full games.
Mm-hmm.
That's not enough. People online like, yo, what's your gamer tag? Nah, brother. Y'all won't be embarrassing me and posting it on social media because now it goes straight to social media now. If somebody wants to. Yeah, you ain't embarrassing me. I beat this thing 50 to nothing. Not ready yet. This is the most. No, it's not. But it's coming up on like the most that I own a PS5, but I don't have time to play it.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the most, and I be sneaking. I was going to play it last night, then I got home like, nah. So maybe tonight. I know one thing. I got to get this grass. When it rains, the crib goes crazy. Grass grows like nuts. So I got to do that.
Okay. Okay.
So I got old man intro. Like, yeah. So, I got to go down, cut that grass and weed whack and spray the porch. And I got those things to do.
What?
I don't have fun things like, and we're going.
I do. Let's start the countdown for vacation. 1, 2, 3.
Well, where you going?
I'm going to Dominican Republic.
When do y'all leave?
Y'all, me.
Oh, you going by yourself?
Yeah.
When you leave?
Because, niggas. The end of August.
Oh, word?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't go if I wanted to.
That's all good, my guy. If it
'Cause
wasn't for
I'll
that
be back in school.
hosting gig that I did,
Mm-hmm.
that's how I ended up paying for it.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your boy will be back in school anyway, so it don't make a difference.
But I think that we should, especially since, it's just us now, with our Plus family, because I'm not going to discount them. So, those of you who have been just by our side throughout everything and continue to support us, I think it's time for us to start making traveling a habit during the holidays.
I'm down. I ain't got no problem with that. I figured we were going to replay New Year's Eve because that was pretty fun.
That would be fun.
Yes, we got to figure that out and figure it out now so we can go ahead and get that out the way.
Yeah, because we can make payments.
We're going to have to make payments. With that being said, let's get into some birthdays.
Yeah.
Because who wants to talk about being poor? Today is the 17th, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, today is the 17th. Okay, so happy birthday to Mona Clark. Happy birthday to Jim Frazier. Happy birthday to Charmin Chanel. Happy birthday to my man Reef. Happy birthday. Oh, that was Charmin again. She's got 2 accounts.
Okay.
So happy birthday to everybody.
Happy birthday.
And as usual, we are going to get into this birthday jam. Hold on 1 second. Happy birthday.
Y'all ready? Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you. Well, it looks good. It looks good. It looks fine. It looks fine. We hope you have a good time. Happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you.
And as the saying goes, continue to live your life in a way that makes every day worth celebrating from the Sibs. So let's get into some entertainment news and some foolishness with SoFab Kim. So who we got first?
Oh, so potentially 47. Trump, a lot has happened over the course of the last few hours. We were making fun of him with his bandage on his ear that looked like, a pad. But surprisingly, that has now become a fashion statement. So the Republicans, standing in solidarity with Trump, decided to, don bandages on their ear. So there's a plethora of, video and pictures of them saying, like, because of this brave act of him almost getting assassinated and, the fact that he's persevering and moving on, that, we're going to wear patches and that's going to be the next fashion statement. Everybody nationwide, near and far, are going to be donning these patches on their ear, to show their support for Trump.
We've done that already with Nelly.
With the Band-Aid. Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
Y'all always late to the party.
And speaking of fashion, Trump is also going to make sure that he is going to make some money off of this whole ordeal, which is continually feeding into the whole thing of this possibly being staged. So, he loves sneakers, and that he feels as though the Black community wakes up every single morning and thinks about how they're going to buy their next pair of sneakers. So he now will have pairs of shoes with him holding his fist up at the alleged assassination on the side of the sneakers, and underneath it, it will say, "Fight, fight, fight." Yes, there actually is a picture of that. I don't know if you have it up.
Where? Do I?
Should be.
Check it out. Here.
Let's see.
It? Those are the pictures that are up.
Oh, did I save it and then not?
Yeah, possibly.
Here, let me see.
Okay.
Let's see.
So yeah, this is an important thing to see these pictures, because here's the thing. He ain't wrong.
What do you mean?
He's not wrong about us and shoes. Like, he's right. Some, people are going to buy them, and it's going to, I get tired of the fact that there is a community of us that is predictable, and there is a community of people that will purchase those shoes. And it's not the older crowd. He's pandering to, excuse me, the younger crowd that, you know, are sneakerheads and all that other stuff. Like, you know, if he made a little croc thing that said Trump,
oh yeah,
they would buy that.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
And you know what? I just gave somebody $1 million idea.
You did,
and I should have did it first.
They're gonna have the ear pad.
It should have been the if you make the little things for the Crocs that say Trump on it. I don't know if you can sell that. Like that would be crazy.
There you go. Is that the picture? Yep.
I don't know if you can sell those. Can you sell those?
What, the Croc thingies?
Well, you can't sell his name.
No.
So, but if you put like T 2025 or something like that.
Well, you might be able to, because oftentimes like Croc has like little images of people. So somehow they got the ability to make those little charms and trinkets where people can wear. So I wouldn't doubt it that somebody probably would have a pad or a thingy of him with his fist up, or, you know, him sitting there with the pad on his ear.
Here's the shoe.
Here's the shoe. The shoe is $300 for those of you who may be interested in purchasing these. He's only going to sell about 5,000 of them. So they're going to be a limited edition, but they're called Fight High Tops. Yes.
So whoever these people are using, or whoever he's using, is the same damn company that Dame Dash is using.
Why you say that?
Because that's the same format as Dame Dash's shoes, CEO.
Oh.
So what ends up happening is y'all using the same sweatshops over in China to make these shoes. Because that's the same shoe. Like if you go look at Dame Dash's CEO shoe, it's the same. It's the same shoe, and y'all can go get your own shoe too. Go to Alibaba.com Express or Alibaba and design your own shoe, and you too can have your own fight shoe. Straight up.
Sell only 5,000 of them.
Because the thing is, the reason why I know that shoe is coming from someone who has already made a shoe, because Trump's not going to invest in buying a mold. So like when every Jordan that is made, every Nike that is made you have to make a mold, which is a design that you do from scratch. And then you have to see how the threads and all that hold up to people walking in them and all that to make sure the shoe doesn't explode like it did on Zion when on the basketball court. Well, from the look of these shoes, it doesn't look like much thought has gone into these. So those fight fives, somebody already created that mold and he just put his own stencil on it.
Right.
Which is crazy work.
Well,
who
of course
wants
he's
a
not gonna put
shoe
the time
with
into
him
it.
looking like that on it?
Oh, plenty. Just the same people who are walking around with fucking pads on the side of their ear in solidarity for him.
I want to see the scar. He got to eventually take it off. I want to see the scar.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So yeah. Well, now someone else is in trouble. And this one I hate to say.
Oh, we didn't show the idiot with the pad on the side of her face. If you want to see what that looks like. Here's the idiot with the side.
Did it download?
The
Yeah,
pad
there
on
we
the
go.
side of her
Yeah.
There you go.
So that's the new trend.
You want to walk around looking like that?
So, you know.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
That's not even right.
That's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So anyway, while
crazy.
we're on the topic of sex offenders, Irv Gotti is the latest to allegedly have charges filed against him. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but a young lady has come forth and she is accusing him of sexually assaulting her and abusing her on multiple occasions from 2020 to 2022. Now, these are according to documents obtained by Miami News Times that Jane Doe is alleging that after meeting Gotti, they're a mutual friend in 2020. He invited her on a vacation to St. Martin. The documents state that once they arrived, Gotti allegedly coerced her, into having sexual intercourse with him, threatening to send her home if she didn't comply. After that trip, the two allegedly started dating, and the lawsuit claims that Jane Doe suffered constant abuse in the relationship, including an incident in which Gotti allegedly forced her to give him oral sex on an elevator. As a result of this sexual abuse relationship, plaintiff has suffered severe emotional and psychological harm for which she had to be committed to a psychiatric ward. These injuries continue and affect the plaintiff to this day, the documents state. It's unclear what sort of damages the plaintiff is seeking at this time. Yeah. Thoughts on Gotti?
This was when?
From 2020 to 2022.
And he beat her?
Well, she's saying that allegedly he did abuse her and that he forced her to give him oral sex on the elevator and that he coerced her into having sexual intercourse with him.
Could have happened. I don't know.
Given with the way that he acted about Ashanti and how he was just on this whole entire like tour trying to talk about how they had a relationship, I could see him doing something like that.
Here's the thing. I am not going to say that the brother did it. I'm not going to put him on there. But I am going to say that I need the brothers to pay attention, if you didn't do it, to the type of people that you are encountering. Because at some point in time, if you're not going to do what they want to do, you've shown them a lifestyle. And then if you don't want to continue that or you want to break it off, then now you want to deal with stuff like this. If you didn't do it. Now, if you did do it, then whatever you get, I hope whatever punishment you get, you get.
Yeah.
But if this is false, which we know it can be at times, then I need these guys to stop dealing with these chicks who are just looking for that. Stop it. Because the narrative is the same. So now here's what we're saying. Majority of our successful black men, majority of them, especially in the entertainment industry, are rapists. That's what we're saying. That's the narrative that we're putting out. Because one by one, they just keep dropping, right? Now, people like Cassie, right? Cassie, people like her, I feel bad for, because there's visual proof of you doing what you've done, and Puffy has paid people off, and we all know how this goes. But Irv Gotti, for the most part, has been pretty clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, where has anybody been scratching their chin about Irv Gotti? Now you wait till you look like this, and now all of a sudden you want to do crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've always thought Puffy was doing something. We just didn't have the proof, right? We knew R. Kelly was doing something.
Yes, we did.
But we just didn't understand why those people who knew weren't turning him in. I ain't never heard nobody say this guy with this smile in this face was ever guilty of any of those things. Now, he could have been, but you wait till you get this old to do this. Irv Gotti has got to be well in his 50s. Let's see.
Yeah, I believe he's 54.
Okay,
yes,
so now
he's 54.
And don't he got grandchildren?
He
got a lot of children though, right? He got children and stuff like that.
Yes, he does.
So what are we talking? Like Irv, my homie, leave these young girls alone, bro. That's the problem.
Yes, he has 3 kids.
All right. See, I'm guaranteeing. How old is he?
54.
I'm guaranteeing if you're dealing with a 54-year-old woman, she's not going to extort you like this. I don't see that happening. And especially a 54-year-old woman who has something to lose, such as yourself. But see, y'all mess with these people who have nothing to lose and then get mad and then have to explain yourself because y'all fall into these video vixens. We're too old for that. You 54, 6 years from 60, and you out here looking like this, cheesing, looking crazy, gray hair fool. And now you got to go to court for allegations of abusing people when you've made it this far in your life without besides making bad business choices and not successfully getting over Ashanti. Other than that, bruh, you've been clean. Why now? 2020 to 2022? Come on, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes you 52 years old when you was doing this crazy work. If you did it, and if you didn't do it, I think women need to be prosecuted who lie. If you lie on somebody and there's proof that you're lying and this person is innocent, I believe you should receive some sort of punishment for that.
Absolutely.
You shouldn't get away with lying on somebody and possibly destroying somebody's career based upon, the fact that you get cut off or you're no longer in the picture or in the driver's seat of the relationship. But that's my opinion.
What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Do you think Irv did it? Yes or no?
Irv ain't do that.
But speaking of allegations, everyone's favorite Jonathan Majors. Yes. He's back. He's back in the news.
Somebody said something's not right with her and him, and I think cocaine is involved.
What?
And when you look at him, I'm like, you know what? I see that.
Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't even right.
I gotta start sharing the memes and stuff when I see them. But somebody said something ain't right. Something's off.
Right. Y'all ain't right.
And I think cocaine is involved. And I do too. Because something ain't right.
I'm also concerned with how thin she is. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention.
It's stress. You ain't living right.
But she's very, very thin. Very thin.
Yeah, she ain't living right. That's what happens.
She was recently featured on Fashion Bomb Daily, and her legs were like almost like skeleton-esque. It was bad.
Maybe she's absorbing his stress.
Which could be. And the fact that, your friends and family weren't really supportive of this relationship to begin with.
Didn't look like that when you was with the pastor.
No, you were glowing and everything, and now it just looks like you just wading in the water, girl. But wedding bells could be in the near future for these two.
Oh man, cut this shit off. Next story.
Wedding bells could be in the near future for these two, as TMZ caught up with Jonathan Majors and was asking about his relationship with Megan. And, of course, he said nothing but rave things about her.
He has no choice.
And, how supportive she's been to him and how she's been in his corner. And that, almost allegedly like the same thing that Common said, that, he would consider marrying her. And if he does marry her, he said that he has both sides' blessing, his family's blessing, and then her family's blessing to actually move forward with potentially proposing to Megan Good. So, question is, should she say yes? Should she go ahead and go through with it? Because, he is saying that is his Coretta.
You hear the song? What's going on? Because that's crazy.
He looked happy when they stopped him and was interviewing him. So
of course he does. But look at her.
Yeah, she looks crazy.
You didn't look like that when you were with the pastor. Now, unless you're sick, because we did do the Black Panther like that.
Yes.
Now, unless you're sick, I don't know.
Right.
But I don't think you're sick. You might be sick of him. And now you got to ride this out because you look like Boo Boo the Fool.
Now, he, I don't know. I want to believe that the two of them are happy, but physically she just looks crazy. So yeah. But, IDK, I don't know. If it works for them, then, you guys go ahead. You be happy in marital bliss. Good for them. Congratulations. But yeah, Megan, I don't know. I'm worried about you. And speaking of Megan, as you all know, she is in the latest Tyler Perry movie, Divorce in Black, which has been getting, some mixed reviews. Some people
0 rating from Rotten Tomatoes. I didn't even know you could get a 0.
I didn't know either. I think the lowest I've seen on Rotten Tomato was like a 12.
0 on Rotten Tomatoes, people.
Yes.
And
Yes.
guess what? He don't care because he got the check already.
Right.
But
and people keep watching. That's the thing. So people keep watching. There's mixed reviews. Some people absolutely love the movie. They're like, it's great. It's amazing. Why aren't you guys watching this? You should have been watching it sooner. And then some are like, this was absolutely horrible. It was trash. What are y'all watching? Well, as you said, never have I ever seen a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes, which, you know, if you're not familiar with their scoring, a 0 is bad. It just means that
it's terrible. Shouldn't have been made.
It shouldn't have been made. You wasted your time. This movie isn't even worth your time or energy. So that's awful. Well, first of all, before I even go any further, do you feel like awful? That 0 was
the fact that our comments aren't coming up again?
Yeah, I noticed that. Mm-hmm.
That is terrible.
Mm-hmm. It's StreamYard. So what are you doing?
Didn't it work if we went out and came back in?
Well, say something. You just can't leave.
Oh, I thought we still show up on the screen.
I don't think we do.
Okay, well, never mind. All right.
Like,
going renegade. Right. Tired of StreamYard. StreamYard, we pay premium for your services.
Yes, y'all hit my
and
account.
For us to not be able to see our comment unless we go into it on Facebook is not okay, man. That's totally bogus. You suck.
Unless you would like to endorse us. In that case, you are the best streaming platform that there is out there. Thanks, StreamYard.
What did you ask me?
I said, do you feel like the 0 score was justified? And then did y'all see the movie? You know, or what did you think?
Of course it was justified.
Is it terrible?
Movie was terrible. It was terrible. It was way too long. It was 2 hours. If I'd have watched the beginning of that movie all the way to the end, Chiquita and I would have fought.
No, how was it hurtful?
Because you cut it on. Stop watching this stuff. Stop supporting this stuff, man. Like, that's the problem. We support it. You know how many people I've seen who've been battered and bruised that was like, and I support it. Oh, that was like, what? Oh, and it's like, you know, trauma bond is a real thing. And that's what he preys on. The fact that women have been done in by men. And you're going to watch this story over and over again rather than go get therapy. Mm-hmm. Because if you go get therapy, guess what you don't want to see? That. Mm-mm. You don't want to relive it.
I do have a question, though. Well, you didn't watch the beginning. Never mind. No. About
them taking them out the coffin?
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know. But I guess somebody she know died or thinking like her husband or something like that. And the dad had something to do with it, something crazy. And it was like made to seem like the pastor was doing them a favor, and she got mad and said, take the dude out the coffin, let's go. I think that was the dad.
It's terrible.
And once again, ask me, have I seen somebody get taken out the casket?
Yep.
So my friend a long time ago who
what type of life do you live, Nick?
His heart exploded after he had gastric bypass surgery because his heart was still beating as if he was still big. So his wife goes and unfortunately he goes to warm up the car, getting ready to leave to go to work, and never comes back inside. She goes outside and looks. He's humped over the steering wheel and he was gone. She knew she was going to have trouble with his side of the family being that way. So when they had two different repasses after the funeral, right? So not during the funeral, but at the beginning of the funeral, one of the step siblings and all that, crying and all that, pulled my man halfway out the casket in front of his children.
It's never that real. I promise you it's not. I promise you it's
what
never
are you
that
going to do with the body once it's out? Now, see, these people in this movie was country. So in my mind, you know, you can go dig them a grave in your backyard. But we live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What you doing? That was crazy. And it was one of those ones where you just sitting. I just sat in the back of the church like, wow.
Did they kick her ass?
Nah, the wife was like numb. So they just kind of just watched the stupidity. And she just stood there and just shook her head. You know. Remember when I told you at mom's funeral? Just,
Okay, all right.
Just let's just sit down and let's just watch. That's how his wife was. She's just.
This is why I am telling y'all, cremate my ass, because we're not doing this. We're not going through all of that. That's insane. People show their asses at funerals, and I will never, ever, ever understand why.
Person's gone. You're showing your ass over a shell. The body is cold as ice. You know, one thing I did, before my mom's casket closed, gave her a kiss on the head. Body's ice cold, baby. So it is what it is. That's just a shell. So when you like, get him out the casket and do what? Like, and where we taking this body? And they laid him in the back of the truck. And, you know what, Tyler? And people.
That's why you got a 0.
And people were like, yeah.
And I guess that's what I'm trying to understand, because I refuse to watch the movie, because everyone that I know who is a movie buff or who enjoys, films and, good movies, they all say the same thing. Like, it's trauma written. The acting is terrible. You can tell it was a rush production, that he needs to, employ writers and directors and stuff like that, because this has gotten out of control.
Yes.
So what is the allure that is making people say, yes, this is a good movie, you need to watch it? Just the trauma?
Yeah.
That's sad. Mm-hmm. That's sad.
And then some of the comical stuff, like Megan Good dragging a whole man's knocked out body from upstairs outside in a house. The first question I asked was, now, how the hell she do that? Do you know what a man's body, how heavy a man's body is if he gets knocked out? And you talking about, dude was like, you want me to help you get him out the house? And she was like, no, I got this. And dragged him from the bedroom all the way to the driveway. Like hell.
Yeah, ain't no way.
You're not doing that.
Ain't no way.
No, not with them Whitney Houston knees. Yep. I said it. Said it. It's Wednesday. We got to get over this hump.
Whitney Houston knees.
You ain't ever seen Whitney's knees? Whitney Houston knees look wild as hell. Like, I don't know. Her face was beautiful, but Whitney's body was like crazy as hell. Whitney was built like Rick from Rick and Morty. It's Wednesday. We got to get. You ever seen Rick?
Yes. Yes.
Whitney Houston was beautiful in the face, but from the neck down, Rick and Morty, baby. And them knees, you be like, damn.
Fucking Whitney Houston.
Yep. Oh, that's where we're at today. Because you know why?
No.
Okay. I won't go into it.
No, go ahead. What?
I'm just saying. Because
where are you going with fucking Whitney Houston?
That's what her knees look like. You know what? This is why we need an engineer, so we could pull up Whitney Houston knees. Now, maybe we just need to go ahead and just do that on the reel. Because Whitney Houston knees is a real thing. Y'all ain't never seen Whitney Houston's knees? I wonder what happens if you Google Whitney Houston's knees. Because they were bony as hell. Like, her legs were like, oh, shit.
I can't believe you just said that.
Whitney Houston
who thinks
knees?
of Whitney Houston's fucking knees?
I bet you I'm not the only one. We're going to Google it right now. Whitney Houston's. Am I spelling that right?
Yes, you are.
Knees. Let's see. See if it pops up.
No.
And they did. See those bony ass knees? Google it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I am not the only person
Y'all
out here
ain't
talking.
shit on the internet for putting this out here.
Look at that knee. Look at that bony ass knee. You can see what I'm talking about. I wish I could show y'all. That's great. Look at that. If that knee don't scream drugs, I'm sorry y'all can't see it. Go Google it. That knee screams cocaine.
Dean, don't you agree with this shit? Anyway, getting back to the movie at hand, Divorce in Black, because what the hell? Now I will never look at this girl's knees the same way.
She got Whitney Houston knees.
Lonnie Love is saying what everyone else is saying. You guys are familiar with the comedian Lonnie Love, but she's just like, look, we've had enough. It is time for Tyler to employ writers and directors because this is insane. But my question will be, and it will always be because Tyler is Tyler. What's the point when we're just going to watch it anyway? Like everyone who talks bad about Tyler still says, I'm going to go and watch his movie. When are people going to stand up and say, you know what? I've had enough, because you know what you're going to get with his films. Everything that everybody has told me about his film, I was like, that sounds about right.
Everybody's going to continue watching it as long as they don't go to therapy. That's the problem, because there's something that people relate to with it. And it's majority women, man. Women are keeping Tyler Perry afloat.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I don't know one dude that's like, hey, man, I got to go ahead and stream that Tyler Perry movie. Like, and if they are, they probably are in Atlanta. So like I said, like at the end of the day, I just, I had to watch it because it was on my TV.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was in the bedroom, it's not like I'm going to be like, man, let me kick my shoes off and sit with you and watch this. If anything, I'd have just walked past like I do all the things that she watched. Like, it's crazy.
So much animosity in your voice with that.
Because, man, I get tired of us with the bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we'll have decent movies and people will be like, what?
Oh, yeah.
What is that? Like, what do you mean? I'm not watching that. And then you say, Tyler Perry. Ooh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus. But we should have known Tyler Perry had everybody hooked when he tried to be a cross-dressing Christian woman with big titties. It's the craziest shit in the world. People of the church supported this man standing 7 foot tall with boobs on, preaching at the end of his plays. And everybody left there like, I felt uplifted.
I will admit his plays were better than the movie.
Can you see I'm aggravated with us right now?
Yeah, you are.
Just aggravated with how we act on the whole. Because the one thing that Chris Rock said, and I think it is the most prolific thing, we have selective outrage.
Mm-hmm.
We get mad at the wrong shit. And we're not mad at somebody like Tyler Perry because all he does is bring out the worst in every story he has.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst. And then we're just like, like, y'all niggas killing me, man. Like I said, and it's all y'all trauma bond babies that be like, I can relate. Go to therapy, and then you'll look at this movie and be like, this is some bullshit.
Well, I also think it's curiosity. People are bored. So it's like, well, let me see, what this is about. I'm not curious enough to watch any more films. Like I said, he got me with the Mia Culpa one. I can't do it anymore.
It was the message, not the messenger. Bean, that was a cross-dressing Christian man sitting up there giving us all this with a woman, and we just at play after play after play.
The plays were good.
And ain't nobody like, why won't you just employ somebody who's funny enough to do that? That's a woman who's older. Why does it have to be a man like you doing this? Like, what are we talking about?
It worked.
Exactly. And that's why we're here. Because it's the crowd. They grow with you. And until your crowd outgrows you by saying, you know what? I have a different palate. I don't want to do this anymore. Then they keep coming back. But our palate isn't changing as a whole. That's why he keeps giving it to you. The moment you stop his money, he'll change his play.
Right.
If I don't have to change nothing, like I'm sitting here talking about Tyler Perry, but if I don't have to change anything and I'm still getting paid, then why am I changing it? I'm going to give you Madea Goes to Australia, Madea Goes to Christmas, Madea Boo Halloween. I'm going to give you everything.
Madea Goes to Christmas.
Yeah, Madea St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to give it all to you because y'all keep watching that dumb
Another
stuff.
angry black nigga who abuses people.
Yeah, I'm going to give you an angry black man, a nice light-skinned guy who's coming to save everybody, a woman who's been beat or mentally destroyed, possibly molested by somebody in the family. And then we're going to have a big mama somewhere praying for you. Somebody going to mention Jesus and a gospel song's going to play somewhere in there. You're going to end up at a wild ass fair. Ain't nobody else at but you in the country.
That really bothered you, didn't it?
And it's going to be set somewhere in New Orleans, Louisiana, somewhere down there, or a major city that looks like somewhere like LA. Ta-da! I just wrote a Tyler Perry flick. And then I know about 59 people who've been beat that's going to be like, this is right, because they won't go to therapy. The moment you go to therapy, you'll look at your trauma like,
right, I don't want to watch this.
I don't want to watch this. Like, this is triggering. But if you haven't, you'll be like, he gets me. Wow. Perfect 2 again. What's going on? Like at a certain point in time, man, y'all gotta understand, man. I love black people so much that I get mad at the things that we accept from people that have money to change things. Tyler has a lot of money to change things and can tell some great stories.
Yeah.
And you don't. You tell terrible love stories.
And that's the one thing. Like, this can be the one avenue where you, well, let me backtrack on that, because he does have other stuff, like the one show on Nickelodeon, Young Dylan. He has House of Pain, which, you know, they were dealing with crack and abuse on that one, which I didn't understand, but at least it was more of a comedy.
But it still stems from trauma. Alan Payne is only living there because he divorced his wife who was on drugs.
Right.
And then when he see her, it's like, can I trust you? Because I'm a scorned black man that also won't go to therapy.
And then the jokes about crack, and she still. Just some validity to that. So you know.
Don't let her in my house. Why? Because she steals. She's already in your house. We'll get her out. Inside joke. That really happened. That really happened.
What I'm saying is, even if he wants
really
to tell these stories, he can. But like you said, there has to be some sort of balance somewhere. And if there isn't balance, you're going to have to affect his bottom dollar, where you just have to stop watching. Because I see so many of the same people who say, I'm tired of Tyler Perry telling these same stories, but then you go and you watch the movies. You know what to expect. Before I even watched the movie, I knew what was going to happen, because you got, you know, Corey Hardick on the trailer like this, angry, you know. You got Megan like, so damsel, you know, so we know what's going to happen. He's angry. She's going to try to get out of the relationship. He's not going to let her go. So he's going to beat her. And all of this is stemming from the trauma that he received from his big black mammy who abused him and his brothers.
Because she was abused.
But like you said, no one went to therapy.
Nobody
so no
goes to
one
therapy.
stopped the cycle.
And it's not mentioned in any of his films. Where is it mentioned to go to therapy? What are we talking about? You know how much I learned from The Sopranos because he went to Tony went to therapy. A mob boss had a therapist, and the things he was going through and talking about in therapy, and she was saying, like,
Didn't he sleep with his therapist?
No.
Okay.
But he dreamed about it.
Okay.
Like, she toyed with the fact of his power, and so they thought about it, but never crossed the line. But the bottom line is, like, he had a therapist. You can see the stress that he was going through. He had to go to a therapist. Us, no, we just eat soul food. The same shit that's killing us. Because now not only do we have trauma from the incident, now we got type 2 diabetes
And
high blood pressure
and cholesterol
and all those things. And so when you're trying to fix those, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see any of this drama for. I don't want to see it.
No.
Because life every day is a drama. And I'm not saying that you don't want a good story. I just don't want the same story.
Right.
Find a way to create new content.
Right. And when you see people who are having success, like Shonda Rhimes, for example, when you see the success that she has when she's telling various stories of Grey's Anatomy and Scandal and Private Practice and Bridgerton and Black Barbie, like she's so well versed in the content that she provides. Now, granted, some of her stuff does have, the same cadence, which, that's the running joke of Station 19 and others. But at least she creates something where it's like it's different stories, different instances. It's not constant trauma. Like it's quality work.
I agree. Tyler is an industry plant. I agree.
So what is with y'all in this industry plant thing?
People who've been put in certain positions to be able to, mentally coerce Black people to be stuck in certain positions or turn for the worse.
Like they clone Tyrone?
Very much so. Very much so like they clone Tyrone. Because here's the thing. People who have talked about Tyler, telling you stories about him or joking about him, all have the same story. And so he gets away with it because nobody is specifically talking about him directly except for Monique. But Monique has caught this man in multiple lies to where they have the recording of this man apologizing to them for the things that he has done. But once again, we hold the wrong people accountable for stuff. So we'll look at him and be like, oh, it's Monique. No, it's not. Oh, if everybody got a problem with you, then maybe it's you. Or maybe something's wrong in Hollywood. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe something's wrong when we see Martin Lawrence slurred, but he keeps telling us he's all right. And I done watched Bad Boys 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Will has been cool in 1, 2, 3, and 4. Somehow, 4, you're a little shaky. There's a couple times.
Is it worse than 3?
4, he is there are parts where you can see he slurred, but because they wrote it in that he had a stroke in the movie, then now you just think that it's because you had a stroke in the movie, that scene. Let's not forget what he told Dave Chappelle when Dave Chappelle talked to him about when he went nuts running down the street in his drawers, talking about they're coming to get me. And Dave said, well, how have you been since then? It's the best sleep I've ever had. And Dave said, think about how crazy Hollywood is to take a guy and have him running down the street naked, talking about they're coming to get me. There's something going on in Hollywood. We know this now from the dude that was touching people.
Dan Schneider and Brian Peck.
There we go. So we know that there's something going on, right? So to think that Tyler's not doing it is crazy. Especially when, once again, we don't see you in relationships. So we don't see you visually with women in a positive setting as your friend, spouse, none of that. Just you. All the time. And then, like I said, it's not to bash you. Here's why it's not to bash you. Because you make your coins. But that people are allowed to have an opinion about the content that they see. You get what I'm saying? Like people are allowed to have an opinion. People are allowed to not like things.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's one of our people where you speak about him and everybody's heart rate goes up. What you mean? Tyler has employed so many Black people. Bop, 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 bop. I get you. So did Nino Brown. The product sucks. And so if your product is spilling out more BS to the community, just because you hire black people to help you, don't mean that it's a positive thing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like when I'm looking at the stories that you're telling over and over and over and over and over again about the community, and you ain't sliding in no positive stuff about the community. It's always some man is always an asshole in your stories.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how many black people that you employ. Look at the image that you're putting out of black men to the world.
And how your work consistently has a platform, regardless of if it's Prime, Netflix, HBO, whatever, TBS, BET, whomever. But then, a lot of our black programming that we are enjoying either has ended or it's canceled.
Where's Average Joe? Great show with comedian Dion Cole that was on BET, and we ain't got that. But we can play a million Tyler Perry shows. Average Joe was a great show. It was something different. It was similar to Ozark, if you've ever seen Ozark on HBO, but it was like a black version of this. You know what I'm saying? A dude, comedian Dion Cole, didn't know that his father was into some serious mob type stuff. And the mob came to collect money that Dion did not know even existed. Come to find out, this money existed. And the mob was attacking his family and his children and his wife. Come to find out, in school, they had set a plant, and his daughter ended up with one of the mob bosses that his father owed money to. But they planted this guy inside the school. He wasn't even of age. They planted him there. Like, great story. There's a story. Not black man beats black woman. Black woman retreats to either friend and or family. Black woman then gets strong. Black woman finds light-skinned man with bad wig. Light-skinned man with bad wig never suggests black woman to go get help in therapy. Only sex with him makes it work. Right. And gets her mind together. Literally.
Did he also have a bad job?
I don't even know what his job was.
Oh, well, that's even worse.
So then light-skinned man tells woman, let's sleep together because that's going to make everything better. Then after light-skinned man sleeps with the tormented woman who has yet to go to therapy, now they team up against original angry man who has trauma that he never got right. And then now we celebrate them tormenting the brother who never got therapy in the first place. Yay. Then somewhere we pray and ask Jesus to pray over all of this foolishness. And then the credits roll. And that's a Tyler Perry movie. Ta-da.
Yeah.
And if you don't like what I'm saying, I'm sorry that you enjoy Tyler Perry movies.
I just don't know how that stuff keeps getting renewed. But then when you think about shows like Southside, hilarious.
Oh, about the people who was delivering stuff?
Yes, the Rent Center.
Man, that was hilarious.
Canceled.
Cut.
Canceled. Rap shit. Hilarious. Canceled.
Cut.
Love Life. Canceled. What else?
The one, the sci-fi with
Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, man. Cut. That show was phenomenal.
And they also canceled Black Lightning, right?
Cut.
Yeah.
But we keep watching these same BS, and then those who may feel a certain way and say, you can't talk, you just trying to down another black man. I'm not. Because now if you gonna beat a black man, that they hold you what?
The Wonder Years, they canceled that too.
Yeah, the black version. Now, if you are going to be the black header of this programming, then give us something besides that. No different than 50. All his is, who we gonna kill? We got to kill somebody. You gonna let him cross the family? Nobody better betray the family, because at the end of the day, it's all about the family. We kill people for the family. Drugs, politics.
But then we also go against our own family.
Then we double cross the family. And then we create Ghost 1, Ghost 2 and 3, and then Tommy. The hell?
Not and then Tommy.
And we steady sitting there watching everything.
I was gonna say, but the thing is, the difference is people are supporting it. I still don't understand Lovecraft Country. I don't understand that because everybody was watching that show. But when
we get people like Childish Gambino who kills us and kills Atlanta. Atlanta was one of the best shows out.
We needed
Killed
Atlanta.
it.
We needed
Killed
Atlanta.
it. We need it. We need that. Like that type of humor. We need it.
Mhm.
Because at least in there, you seen what was trying to be done. I'm trying to help my cousin Pop, and we just can't get out of our own way because shit just keeps happening.
But then you're also putting in those nuances of what Black people experience
In
and
real
do.
life. Right. Like, but here, cancel the comedy Black Jesus, like Cuz said, but we can, but we don't cancel this. So somebody got to explain to me what is going on.
And they also, even though this one I did agree with because I didn't find it funny, but once again, it wasn't my cup of tea. A Black lady sketch show. Now, it was an award-winning comedy.
Funny.
It wasn't funny at all.
And I tried.
I tried. I stuck with it because I didn't want it to get canceled because it was written by Black women. However, it was not funny.
No.
I do know a lot of people enjoyed it, and it did win, a series of awards, but they canceled it.
So with that being said, you can tune in to TDS Radio Tuesday through Friday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then hopefully we can give you some entertainment and conversation that, hey, give us your point of view, because maybe I know for a fact that some people on my timeline say that we give Tyler a bad rap.
Yeah.
And that may be, but you're pushed into a position where you are the one, because remember, we can only have one.
Mm-hmm.
You are the one, and you're a man. And I don't understand for the life of me why you continuously put out movies that make men look bad as a man. I get it here and there, tell the story, but over and over again, like, and you're the guy. You know how it is in our culture. There can only be one. Everybody else is fighting for one position, one writer, one screen director. It only can be one. You are the one. Give us better programming. And I know he's telling us to hell with you.
I'm making money.
They keep watching.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, I'll continue to watch Family Guy, Simpsons,
Bob's Burgers.
Repeats, every now and again, Bob's Burgers, repeats of Beverly Hills Cop. I'll wait for From. And
please don't. Please, I
that's
hope they
about
don't
it.
Cancel them. I hope that gets a third because
Them?
I mean, yeah.
What's that?
Remember the one with the they just dropped the new season that had Luke James and the girl, they were brother and sister, and he was like the boogeyman, and you said that you wish that it would have ended differently. But the first season was about the family that moved to Compton. And
them. Yeah, let's keep that going. Because I'll watch that. And then, whenever I stumble across some documentaries, and then sports, because Black programming sucks.
I will say, if you have not, please go and support Supercell. It is a British show, but it was written by a Black man.
Chiquita, Christina Steele, we started watching that together. And next thing you know, I hear in the room Black superhero shit going on.
Black superhero
without me. And we started watching it together. Are you one of those people out there? Do you watch things? You start something with your person, friend, whatever, and then next thing you know, they went on and without you?
I don't do that.
What type of shit is that? She sat right there and watched that shit. I was, me, Petty Pendergrass. I walked past like I was going to the bathroom and cut her TV off. Because it takes a minute for her fire stick to load. You ain't shit for that. Don't watch it without me then.
Right.
Curled up, watching things.
I will say, go and support that. Watch
It's very.
that.
It's so
really
far
good.
where I'm at is good, but read it with captions because London slang
Mhm.
is wild.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell them little dudes be saying.
Bruv.
Especially the one with the deep voice and the big black lips because he smoked weed all the time. The one that hang with Taser.
Yeah.
Taser's right hand. Now he is right hand man. He with him to the end. But I'd be like, what the hell do he say? So I gotta read it. I'm like, but it's good.
Yes. So go and support that. They actually got a stellar rating on Netflix. It's been trending since it dropped. So we're hoping, there has not been any word yet of if it will get a second season. It should get a second season, but we don't know. It hasn't been said because Netflix will chop something and throw it away within the quickness.
And you know what else? For the people who said Beverly Hills Cop new movie was corny, but watched Tyler Perry movie and enjoyed it.
And another thing,
because Beverly Hills Cop was a good movie. Once again, it gave you a story. Even if it was just that movie and you don't know about the other Beverly Hills Cops, it gave you a good story. It had some comedy in it, and it even allowed you to see, like, okay, Eddie Murphy's daughter in that movie wasn't vibing with him, and he had to try to figure out how to mend that relationship. But at least it ended on a positive note versus, just a scarred black woman. Because the Divorce in Black didn't end on a good note.
Oh, it didn't?
Not to me. Like, you're not gonna watch it, so I can tell you, she shot dude and killed him.
Had to go to jail?
And then no, she ain't go to jail. Well, because he hit her again. See what I'm saying? So at the end, he's beating her again, and then she gets a shotgun that her dad gave her, and boom, shot him. At that moment, it finally registered because dad got shot because he took his old ass over there messing with that woman who took that people out the casket, and then they jumped his ass and shot him in the back of the leg. Now that was comedic genius. Now he gonna go over there. If you ever touch my daughter, I swear you better not ever come around her again. He said, I'm gonna turn my back. You ain't gonna shoot me in my back, are you? And he turned his back because his brothers was behind. Brother shot dude right in the leg. Pow! And they beat him.
That's embarrassing.
Don't pull it if you ain't gonna shoot it. I said, see?
That's embarrassing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So if you can watch a Tyler Perry movie, then don't be so critical of other movies like Beverly Hills Cop. You know what I'm saying? If you can sit through all that, that's crazy work.
But that is a good point. And that is probably something that I will be mindful of next time when people are very overly critical of anything Black that has been, thrown out there. It's like, well, did you watch Tyler Perry's movie? All right, well, then shut up.
If you watch a Tyler Perry movie, then shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shut up. And so then, and you know what? He's a step up from a Tubi original. Because y'all know I like Tubi. Tubi, y'all need to hit me up with the stream because it has good movies on there from our past. Tubi got all the flicks on there. Tubi had Rush Hour 3. You know how hard it is to find Rush Hour 3? Everybody forgets about the third Rush Hour.
And do.
Like,
because I forgot what the plot was.
Same as all the other ones. Somebody got to go. You got to get somebody. But it was just like Rush Hour 3. Now look at that. Then it had Money Talk. You know how long it's been since you seen Money Talks? It's a hilarious movie, right? Like, it has movies there.
It also has what is that show called? Hoochie Daddies.
All right, man. What are we talking about next? Who else we got?
We have our messy letter. We're at the top of the hour.
Do you have one?
I do.
Oh, all right. Well, let's do it. Let's talk about other people's problems and not ours. Boop.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da. The messy letter. Yeah. All right. It says, hi, y'all. Please keep me anonymous.
All right.
I was seeing a guy for a month now. We went on 3 dates. I really liked him. He would sometimes invite me to his home and make sexual comments. I never went to his home,
Wait,
though.
whoa. Read that all again.
Okay.
Start again. What the hell? How did we just jump? Go ahead. Read it again.
Hi, y'all.
Mhm.
Please keep me anonymous.
As always.
I was seeing a guy for a month now. We went on 3 dates. I really liked him. He would sometimes invite me to his home and make sexual comments. I never went to his home, though. I wasn't ready because I knew what would happen. I said I was going to test
Does
him.
that line make sense? Am I missing something? Because I got to understand the content, y'all. A month,
Mm-hmm.
asked to go to the house. He would make sexual comments, but she would never go.
Right.
So where is he making these sexual comments at?
He's probably like texting her or calling her and saying it.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Let's keep going because I'm
Okay.
slow.
Okay. I wasn't ready because I knew what would happen. I said I was going to test him to see if he was kind to women when it came to money. I'm from the Caribbean, so I'm used to men giving me money in a relationship. I asked this man for $120 to do my nails and feet, and he said that was a lot of money, and I have less expenses than him. So I should do it myself. I felt bad about that because I feel a man should give women money once he cares about her. Men are providers, protectors, and leaders. He said that he doesn't normally give women money and that I'm the first to ask. I feel bad though, but I'm standing my ground. How can you want sex from a woman and don't give her money for her upkeep? I don't need him to take care of me. I just need money from time to time. Am I wrong for asking for money and ending things because he doesn't believe in giving women money? Am I entitled?
So this was supposed to be better than talking about Tyler Perry. This is worse. Oh man.
Today's messy letter.
Did y'all hear that? Give some comments because, and if y'all are in here, do me a favor, like and share. Please like and share. Like and share helps us. And I see a lot of people coming and says is watching, is watching, is watching, is watching. Like and share. So if you're a prostitute, just say that. Because that's what you're doing. It's a month in. And he's talking about sexual things with you. And you're saying, well, if you want sex with me, it's going to cost you $125. Say that. Crazy letter. Crazy letter. Crazy response. Because this is crazy. I thought I saw a damn putty cat. It's crazy. Why would you ask? Are you wrong for asking a man for $125 who's only talking to you and mentioning sex and saying sexual things and trying to get you to his house, and then you've only been talking to him for a month and then say, am I entitled? Ma'am. Oh, and I can do it for myself. I just need money from time to time. Who don't need money from time to time? What are we talking about? So just say you're on the struggle bus. I need a little couple dollars and I'm willing to do something strange for a little piece of change. That's all you got to say.
This is where I think a lot of what you see when I post, my social media. Well, I post my dating profile and the people who say that they're interested, and these guys that are cussing women out, talking about, I'm not your bank, I'm not this, and I'm not that. Somewhere, some way, and somehow, all of this shit got twisted. And I don't know when this happened or how it happened, but there are guys out here who will give money for sex. Absolutely. There are girls out here who are tricking for sex and not believing that that's prostitution. And then, there are guys out here who are like, well, you should just give it to me because I'm entertaining you. So when you got a combination of all these things, that's how letters like this happen.
It's a month. So
doesn't mean anything.
For him, you're crazy because you've only known her for a month and you're immediately trying to sleep with this chick. Mm-hmm. Diseases run rampant.
Oh, yes.
2, if you get, once again, just like we said about Irv Gotti's old ass. See, this is how Irv Gotti ends up in wild ass situations because each step along the way is going to cost you. Because if you've ever watched TDS radio, you know Block says this all the time. It's always about the money. I don't care what nobody say, it's about the money. So the more you do, the more it costs. And if you got the money to pay, you're going to pay it. But when you stop paying it, oh, he raped me. As long as the money comes in, you can get peed on. The money keep you getting beat up, and Tyler Perry make movies about it. The money. When you're talking about certain people, it's the money. It's the money. So we sitting here. You wrote this letter about $125. That's what it's about. Am I entitled? Because this man wants, why wouldn't he want me to why wouldn't he want to pay for my nails if he's trying to sleep with me? Because ain't no man ever looked at a woman's set before sex and said, you know what? I can't do this. You need what is it called? A retouch?
A refill.
You need a refill. We got to fix that. Said no man ever. He don't care about what your fingers look like unless they're mauled, but like your actual nail, he doesn't care. So make it transaction based. Because if you're going to sleep with him and you feel like you need to sleep with him or whatever, then make it transactional and then shut up about it. That's the world that we're living in. Make it a transaction, make it business so that nobody's confused about what it is, and it ain't love, because it clearly ain't, because you ain't mentioned that you like the dude. Did she mention that she even liked this dude in the letter?
She did not.
You didn't even like the guy. It's just she said she's from the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
And because she's from the Caribbean, what?
That essentially, men give her money. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now let's.
And well, she said, I'm so used to men giving me money in a relationship. So that's
not
different. I was going to
relationship.
say, but that you're not in a relationship, because if you guys have only been seeing each other for a month and then you went on 3 dates. No, I'm sorry. She did say that. She said, I really like him. He would sometimes invite me to his home and make sexual comments. I never went to his home, though. I wasn't ready because I knew what would happen.
That line is what confuses me. He would invite me to his house and make sexual comments.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he making the sexual comments at?
Well, on the phone or texting her. So I guess he's inviting her over, but alluding to the fact that he wants to have sex.
Okay, and continue with the letter.
I never went to his home, though. I wasn't ready because I knew what would happen. And I said I was going to test him to see if he was kind to women when it came to money. I'm from the Caribbean, so I'm used to men giving me money in a relationship. So she wanted to see if he actually is going to do what she's used to getting in the past. So that's why she was testing him with $120.
Great comment from Clement. I'm sure he paid $125 in dates already. So why the test? Because you ain't paying for the dates. So if you ain't paying for the dates, he already divvied up the $125. That's a great part. And this is also, she said she liked dude, or things were going well. So I'm guessing she indulged in that sexual conversation. Agreed. Like, that's why I'm saying this is transactional. Just say if you selling it, just say I'm selling it.
Or if you tight, I need a little something.
If she's tight?
Yeah, because that's what she said. She was like, I feel bad, but I'm standing on my ground. How can you want sex from a woman and don't want to give her money for her upkeep? I don't need him to take care of me. I just need money from time to time. So you need a little something.
Money for your upkeep? That is crazy. Baby, can I get 50? I need soap.
No, upkeep is hair, nails, lashes, makeup.
See, that's extra. Because you can pop them things off and just file down what you got. When you say upkeep, that's soap, shampoo, washcloth,
hygiene,
toothpaste. toilet paper, paper towel. This other stuff is extra.
That's
Put your
hygiene
hair in a
necessities.
ponytail. What are we talking about? These are all things that no man is like, I can't mess with her. Why? Man,
Yeah.
did you see her set?
Some of
I
you
only
do.
know it's called a set because of you. If you didn't, I would keep saying because her fingernails. You know, man, this dude paid his dough. He already did that. And she's the one playing games because I agree, Clement. She's the one playing games because this is a test. What more do you want me to do? I'm taking you out on dates. So if I'm taking you out on dates and you're enjoying yourself and you're enjoying your time, then what we need to talk about is how this transaction goes from this point. Because it is a transaction. You're testing him. And if he was to say that, she would be like, oh, what do you mean? Like she would be offended. But that's what you're doing. I'm going to test you to see. And then now I'm 125 down plus dates. And you sitting here talking crazy.
And this is how we get people on podcasts yelling, talking about what you bring to the table because I'm spending money on dates.
Yeah. See?
Now you got bitter niggas yelling
now
at me.
Now you got angriness because I done spent all this money and you ain't giving up none of the honey. Like the money. It's all about money, man. And it's not that I'm saying it to be rude. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, what is your price? And if he asked you that, you would be pissed. But it might get you your desired result. Just be straight up.
So this is what confuses me. She said, you know, I asked him for $120 to do my nails and feet. And he said that's a lot of money and I have less expenses than him. So I should do it myself. I felt bad about that because I feel a man should give women money once he cares about her. Men are providers, protectors, and leaders. He said he doesn't normally give women money and I'm the first to ask.
Yeah. Because if I'm taking you out on dates, I guess he feel as though, what am I giving you money for? Like, if we go out and have a good time, in his mind, the transaction should be good time equals eventually sex. Now you asking for more, but then saying I can take care of myself. Clearly, you can't because you're asking this man for $125 as a test after he's already done these things. I'm not saying he's right for assuming that dates equal sex, but what I am saying is clearly in his mind, there is no boundaries that you have because you are entertaining the conversations. At some point as a young lady, if you decide to say that's inappropriate, nah, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that. But you walking down this street with him for a couple of dollars. This is transactional. This is prostitution. You are willing to sell yourself for $125. Everybody has a price. That's yours. Now it will continue. It'll continue to go up and up and up and more until he says, I can't. So you see, he bowed out at 125 because he said, damn, 125, I got bills, which also tells you he probably got a wife. A single man doing what he's doing, he done took you out on a date, right? Your average date, you spending close to $70, $80 plus tip if you go to dinner. So what's 125? What's 120?
Right.
See, so there's a limit that he got. And that limit is 120 because that's probably what the cable bill is. I can't give you cable bill money. Mama gonna be mad about that. But I can trick off this 50, 60. Because if it's the Caribbean and they're in the Caribbean, then $50 goes a ways. It ain't the United States where $50 gets you a dozen of Krispy Kreme donuts. And you got to figure it out. So your price is 125.
And
say it. Say what your price is.
So I'll also say this because, you know, having certain friends who are, you know, of a different cultural background, you know, and while she says it's Caribbean, they are used to being wooed and courted, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's equating to money. Like it might be flowers, like you said, it might be dates, it might be gifts, it might be things like that. leading up to, them asking, okay, well, are we going to take this to the next step? Just coming out and saying $120. Now, I don't know, because I don't know all of my friends' personal business. It could have been money. It couldn't have. Who knows? Now, whether or not, sex was a part of it, I don't know. But I do know that there is a certain level of expectation of like, you need to woo and you need to court me before we even talk about, doing anything physical.
And I mean, the saying is from the old players from the Himalayas, ain't no romance without finance. Every man on earth knows it costs you something, right? You just got to figure out how much it's going to cost you. It can cost you your time. It can cost you your money, or it might even cost you your goddamn mind and your sense. It's going to cost you something, right? What is your limit? What is it? And when he tells you, you don't have as many bills as I got, that lets you know he got a limit. Now he done reached it. So now what do we do from there?
Yeah, and like, you got kids, like you said, is our wife in the picture? Because if we're both single, then
right. Or he's reached his max of how much he's willing to put out because, all right, this is taking too long. I mean, at the end of the day, to me, I don't think she's being completely transparent in her letter. There's things missing that she can't tell because no man is going to be able to just keep funneling dates to you. And we're not talking about proceeding in some type of relationship or something.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? We just going to serial date?
And that's what I'm wondering. Like, what was the conversation had beforehand? Like, does he already think that y'all in a relationship, or is it just a talking stage? And like, what type of messaging are you putting out there for him to feel comfortable enough to be like, yeah, we're just talking, but I still expect or want sex from you? Because there are guys out there that's like, well, I took you to a couple that I told you about the one guy. I was like, oh, because I took you to lunch twice, I thought we were in a relationship. So there are guys out here. There are guys out here who believe stuff like that. So because I took you out to dinner, you are now mine.
Crazy work. That's what I'm saying. Like, and then I need to know, is he American? Because he's messing it up for passport bros. You didn't went to the wrong island. You supposed to see the passport bro. You supposed to go to the Dominican. You went to Bahamas, and that's sisters. Ain't shit changing there. That's the same thing that you gonna get in the States.
Look, them passport bros, y'all time
you went to the wrong place. You supposed to go to the Dominican Republic and buy one of them, because there's a whole strip of nothing but prostitution, and that's where y'all go get y'all the passport chicks with the passport bros.
And they still want
you
money.
Fucked them and went on a Groupon down to the Bahamas and slid off of the resort, found something that you thought you liked, and then not realizing, same thing, wrong island. So go home to your wife and kids, because that's why you don't have any extra money, and sit your ass down somewhere. And this transaction was a bad one. Try again next vacation, because 1 month, this is 1 month.
1 month.
This is 1 month. Dates with an S. And now you asking me for $125 to get your nails done. I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't do that.
What do you mean?
I'm not paying $125 within a month to get your nails done. Why are we crossing money? Like, there are certain things that I agree that a man should be doing. Yes, if I ask you out on a date, I should be the one to pay for said date. I should be the one to pick you up on said date. Or if we're going to meet each other because you don't feel safe with certain things, all that I agree with. Within a month, if you already asking me to do your nails, get your nails done, I'm cool. Test or no failure. And a month? Come on, man. Ain't no way in hell.
Do you think asking for sex in a month is appropriate?
I think that is also inappropriate. A month? I don't know you well enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. I think asking for sex within a month is crazier than asking for money. I don't know you. I don't know who you've been with or where you've been with or your psyche. Nah, I'm cool, man. What are we? Nah. No.
So both of y'all are tripping.
In a month?
Yes.
This is a month.
A month. After 3 dates, then we should be sleeping together.
Yeah.
And you need to come over my house.
So when I had my own crib, I didn't like for anybody to be in it. And maybe that's just me.
I don't either.
I don't come to my crib. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll figure out something else. Because you're not coming to my house. My house? Come over here? Because then now if you get crazy, you know where I live. I can't have that. See, so I guess I'm once again, every time we read a letter or I see your inbox and I see love the one you with,
please,
and sit your ass down because I'll never make it in these streets. 125 in a month after I've been taking you on dates too. I can see if you said, man, he's never even taken me out on a date. We've always paid. So I asked, I get that. But if he's paying for dates and it says multiple dates, now we're going to stack up on that date to pay for me to get right. Oh, yeah, you tripping. And I got 3 daughters. So if anybody be like, well, what if? I wish my daughter would ask a dude within a month for money. Within a month? That means you already you on hard times. A month. Most people get at least 1 check in a month. At least 1. And you asking me for 120? Nah, man, I'm cool. That would not be a date that I would go back on.
I don't know. I'm not even comfortable with asking something like that to somebody that I just met.
Yeah, it makes me look poor.
Or even accepting. Because I've had offers like where guys would just say, oh, well, I'll pay for this or I'll pay for that. And I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't get it, but I'm just saying, really?
Yeah.
Because I am not one of them Negroes. I don't understand it.
But you know what the motive is. If I pay for this or I give you this, then this is what I'm expecting. And it's like, I'm
buns?
not giving you anything. Yes.
I'm not paying for buns.
Yes. I need you to understand how these niggas are out here.
To me, that is tricking. You're tricking your money. Now, if you get, once again, it ain't tricking if you got it. That's a lie. It is. It's still tricking. But I'm not giving money. That's prostitution. You see what I'm saying? Like, and so you're a John. You're a John.
Yes.
Like you are a John. And so when you understand that world of prostitution and pimping, I told you I done read the books of Iceberg Slim. Those dudes are simps to me. Because that's the only way you can get this girl to do something. And people who are sex workers, they look at guys like that as complete and total idiots. And they be the ones thinking they flexing. You're not flexing. It's not a flex. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yes. But it happens. I'm telling you, there are guys out here who think that if I give you this or if I spend this on you, number one, I'm that guy, or you owe me that. Like, there's a guy right now I could ruin his whole entire marriage if I wanted to.
Marriage?
Yes.
Oh no.
I could ruin his marriage if I wanted to. And
well, wait. Why?
Because he will say things like, oh, well, let's go here, or I'll pay for this, or I'll pay for that. And it's like, no. But before he was even married, that was his mindset. He thought that if I can literally buy you and, provide you with this lavish lifestyle, then you're not going to worry about everything else that I got going on. Never mind the fact that I'm out of shape. Never mind the fact that I look crazy. Never mind the fact that I don't shave. Never mind the fact that, I have a horrible personality. I got money, and that's all that matters. So here, take this money.
It's transactional.
And then you give me buns.
Paying for buns out here, huh? I mean, you pay for it in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Ask me how I know. Jesus Christ. I'll just leave it at that. You pay for it. It's so shape, form, or fashion. But giving up money willingly like that, I'm not doing that. I'm not. And maybe I'm the wrong one. Maybe I need to be Angry Man Beard podcast guy. Because I'm not doing that. Now, I'm not saying I'm a what you bring to the table person. I'm not saying that either. I'm just a realistic person. Tell me why I'm spending $125 for your nails right now. Like, why am I doing that? Like, for real? And if I have it to give, I'm still gonna be like, word, within a month? We ain't make it
within
90.
a month. No,
we ain't make it 90 days. 90 days. We within 30 days. You asking me for money for your nails? You hard pressed, ain't you?
Yeah, no.
That paycheck. I mean, I know, the economy's tough, but damn, 30 days? That's crazy.
But it works for some. It works for some because some like the whole damsel thing. Let me save you. Let me spend money on you. Let me do these things.
Save. I'm not saving. No, man. I come from a different time. We have songs about that. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Like, what? Save?
And then now the tables have turned where a lot of men want to be the damsels, where it's like, well, take me out, treat me,
I mean, every now and again it's nice.
Well, I'll say this. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be treated well and to be treated. But when we're talking about like first date and you're expecting to be the woman.
A woman take you out on the first date?
Yes.
I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. Now, we can go Dutch on the first date. Like, say you meet me and I meet you and this is our first time out together. I wouldn't be, I wouldn't think anything of it if she's, I'll handle mine, because there are women who because money gets, I wouldn't be offended.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So then I would say, okay, well then next one's on me or something like that. But I'm not going to expect her to pay for me.
Mm-hmm.
What crazy work.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going on these streets?
Yes. What I'm going to start doing.
I don't want to be in them.
What I'm going to start doing, because y'all don't believe what a lot of people, I'm not even going to say just women, but people are experiencing. We're going to put up some of these profiles of what, is happening out here, where there are people who are, wanting to be damsels. There are people who are, offering sex just right off the jump, where it's like, this is what I want. There are people who are currently in jail with dating profiles, wanting people to reach out to them and write to them and be in relationships. And then as you're reading, then space. And then it's like, here's my number. Here's the address. It's how you can reach me. It's crazy out here. It's insane. I'm gonna have to start showing y'all some of these profiles so you know that it's not a game.
I'm just gonna stay out of these streets. Never to be back again, because this is crazy. Because then also on the flip side is what the dudes we're talking about, but then also there's women that y'all think that this is okay to do, and then we'll judge based upon the fact that somebody's like, well, I don't know about that. I'm telling you now, I'm straight up, I don't know about that. Within a month, first thing I'm gonna think is, damn, she hard pressed, ain't she?
Nah, I'm still trying to get to know. Still need to know if I even like you in a month. Like, do I like you enough?
Let me tell you something. When I was going to church in Pittsburgh, I went to a church named called Mount Eric, and the pastor said, you need to see a person through all 4 seasons. That is true, because people change rapidly. And then go ahead on and spend some time with them over some years. And then people change rapidly. Be patient in this game. That's what I'm saying. Like a month, we're racing, ain't we? A month, that's a race. Like, let's just be patient in this game, because when you're looking for the long haul, people change so much that's why I said this conversation to me is transaction. Okay. And he should treat it like that, and so should she, because we're both adults. You see what I'm saying? Like, the one thing people may say, oh, you're cold about how I'm addressing this transaction, but we're adults. It's a transaction that you guys are having. It's no different than going to Vegas or somewhere where there's, prostitution and you bartering a deal to do what you do. 125. That's her test. Her test is 125. And look at her bar. Jesus. We're giving it for 125. If 125 lets me know, I don't know. 125.
And then my question is, sis, if he said, okay, I'll give you the 125, but you gotta sleep with me, then what?
Well, then now you got to do it.
You know,
now you got to do it. You have to do what you said you was going to do, or then don't take the money, because then now you're in trouble. Because if you take the money and you don't do it, now what does that look like? Now we got a Tyler Perry movie. It's true, because then now you don't know how he's going to respond. Now you running down hallways like Cassie.
That was unnecessary.
I'm not apologizing because it's about the money. It's about the money. You know why? You know why it's about? It's always about the money. Because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Here's why.
No.
Then the stakes get higher, right? So when these transactions start smaller, the stakes get higher, and then what's being dangled in front of you is the opportunity for the next high of whatever this relationship is. So when we get with these industry cats, the next chase is my album. The next chase is my video. The next chase is, so then now you get caught in that loop, and it started small, but as you get, as those boxes are checked off, then now the expectation becomes greater and greater. This is where you start to, where you can easily start to identify men who have control issues and are abusive mentally and emotionally. I promise you that. That's why I don't care for even the conversation of get my this done for women or get my that done for women. I promise you, I don't. Take that off the table, because that's where abusers and low esteem brothers live, because I'm doing something for you. So in return, you have to do for me. But if you can just do your own and consistently do your own, I'm not saying let him off the hook, but do your own enough to where now you can start to see the issues that this person has. I promise you it'll serve you well. I don't know if this is for the younger ones, because I see older women do the same thing and then get caught, or women my age get caught up in bad relationships. And you're like, but how? Because you fell for the woo. Take the woo off the table, man. I promise you, you'll start to see how real dudes are once you take all that wooing off the table. Because these dudes are ass.
Terrible.
Like,
terrible.
They are ass.
They can't even carry a conversation.
And a lot of them have emotional issues, but we can take it. We can clearly take it off the table if girl he look, girl he got, girl he drive, girl he gave. All these things now give him an inflated sense of esteem and allows you now to be in a position to be dangled by the carrot. Take that off the table, and then let's see what happens. Unfortunately, you might be by yourself for a while, because these dudes ain't doing the work to get themselves together. But I promise you, it's better than dealing with the nonsense.
Or being impregnated.
Oh no, don't do that. Don't do it.
And it's what's crazy is that there is this strong movement of women who are just like, I'm okay with being single, because they know what they have to deal with and refuse to have to deal with it. Because I don't have to deal with, like you said, all of this, because it doesn't impress me. Who are you as a person?
On the flip side, I need my brothers who are not like that, who are single, to step up. There's nothing wrong with going on a date and it not work and then go to the other person. Rejection is real. It happens every day. Don't be afraid of that. And don't be afraid to have standards and set boundaries, where if you're not into the whole money exchange thing, then say that. Like, that's not my thing. But I will make sure whenever we go out, you're well taken care of as far as, the activity that we're doing. But you, just like me, are an adult. Take care of you and I'll take care of me. We are nowhere near where we should be taking care of one another at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't Don't do that. And let the relationship blossom. Entitlement ensues once you start giving somebody something. I promise you. And I don't know, men might, that's crazy. And I'm trying to tell you, the moment you hand somebody something and you give them something, entitlement ensues.
And that is one of the reasons why, there was a fella who I don't think he would have done it, but I don't want to give you the opportunity. But he was like, I wanted to pay for a trip for you, for your birthday. No, thank you. Because I don't see you in that way. And then if I ever were to stop talking to you, or if I ever were to just say, let's just be friends, I don't ever want that. But I did this for you to ever come up in conversation. Because what? Excuse me? And then I know that what you did was you had motive behind what you wanted to do. You just weren't doing it just because. It's like, well, I'm doing this in hopes that you do this, which is manipulation. So, yeah.
I gave my advice. I just feel as though if you're going to be an adult about the situation, don't play games. Just let's be straight up and up. If you want to have sex with this guy, but you feel like he should be taking care of you in a certain way, then don't write a letter. What you laughing at?
Just looked up at Whitney Houston knees.
Right. And don't have Whitney Houston knees when you ask it, because Whitney Houston knees are crazy. Google, you can literally, I did
no,
it.
No, don't.
You can literally Google Whitney Houston knees. And it be people with Whitney Houston knees that be asking for money. You'd be like,
No, that is not true. That is not true.
It is. Let's give her, what does she look like?
This one? I wish I knew where in the Caribbean. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I just feel like she looks crazy.
I'm going to say that there is a wig involved, probably middle part, very long, probably about anywhere between 28 to 30 inches. Definitely some sort of nail, more than likely white and or bright color. Toes will more than likely match.
Crocs or flops?
Flops.
With the tongue in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And definitely wardrobe is coming from Shein or Pretty Little Things or Fashion Nova.
Because her set is 120, right?
Mm-hmm.
See?
Yes. And if you're talking about 120, you're definitely including designs. So, and depending on length, 120 will probably get you maybe long with a couple of designs, maybe one or two. Oh, and no, and she said feet. You're getting plain. No. Feet and nails, short or medium and same color, solid.
So normal. Crazy work. Well, that's today's show. The more we know. I don't like it. And some people may disagree with me about Tyler. Some people may disagree with me what I'm saying about this letter. But I promise you, if you just take a look at what you see in front of you. When you see somebody like Tyler elevated, and now he is quote unquote black media himself, right? He produces movies and sitcoms and shows, and he's like one of the only ones to do this. Why are they giving him the green light to do so and canceling everybody else's shows? Mm-hmm. Right? That's one. Then in this situation, if you've known somebody for a month, why are we testing them if they've already taken you on dates to see if they're a nice person? He's taking you out on dates. He's paid for the dates. You said you like them. Why are you testing them? Mm-hmm. If you need a couple dollars, just say, I need a couple dollars, or stay out the dating game. Mm-hmm. Because you're not ready. If you already asking for money within 30 days, you're not ready to date anyone. So sit your ass down.
You're looking for a come up. And in that case, girl, start an OnlyFans. Mm-hmm.
If you got nice feet, you can sell your feet. Mm-hmm. There's people on OnlyFans who are only selling their feet. And there are men who are buying them. Crazy work. I guess the sex educator would get mad about that. If that's their kink, I don't care. That's crazy work that you were taking money monthly for people's feet.
That was recently, not the feet, but a guy who was giving money to OnlyFans girls on Raleigh Cheaters, but then come to find out that he and his significant other were like struggling financially, and she looked and found that he was giving $800 to OnlyFans girls.
Imagine having a car payment due and you see somebody spending money on girls on OnlyFans. This is what I'm saying. Like, tap in with the person that you with, understand what you with, because there's no reason for you to pay for somebody's OnlyFans like that. And you got bills and you're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even think about how hard Chiquita would hit me in my jaw. You want to eat? Like,
you spending money on OnlyFans and we got shit to take care of? $800?
So, hey man, we appreciate y'all jamming out with us today. I don't know if this is one of our best shows or not.
We got through it. It's Wednesday.
It was realistic. We enjoy everybody who commented, everybody who watched, everybody who liked and shared. We got something coming for you guys. We just thought about it before this started. We got something coming for you guys that we can have some fun with. But we got to find out how we can trademark it before we put it out, because people be stealing. But we got something I think that is going to be pretty fun. And it kind of goes with what the letter was today. That should be a question. Would you pay $20 after a couple dates?
No, never mind.
I don't have anything else left to say.
I think I'm good here.
Trying to think. I don't have no rants, y'all. Therapy be working. Like,
well, you're also not dealing with kids right now.
Well, those are stories. See, and I'm learning how to deal with how these kids and these stories, because that's coming. I got a text message from my principal on the way here. We want to talk about how we're going to move with these babies. It's right around the corner. So I will have teacher tales, and maybe I can get other teachers to get involved with their tales.
You should.
That would be pretty dope, because not all stories are bad. So teacher tales. Let's talk about what's going on. This jam has been on point all day. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but the background music every now and again goes, "What's going on?" Yeah. Tomorrow we'll try to do better. What is tomorrow? Thursday. Do we have anybody tomorrow? No, just us. Yeah. We're going to put the number up. I want y'all to call in. There was a lot of people that tuned in.
Oh, yay.
I need y'all to call in.
What?
I don't even know. I can't make the noise that Obi do. I keep forgetting. We'll get her to do it when she shows up on Thursday. All right. So, as always, man, everybody be safe. Have a good night. And God willing, we will be here tomorrow at 6:00. Tune in, TDS Radio. And if you would like to enjoy just some music, adult music, go to our website, tdsradio.com, and enjoy the music that we have there. You can put the app on your phone if you download Live 365. Just hold tight, though, because we're about to have our own app so that you can go ahead and go straight to the music, and you ain't got to do no third-party stuff. So once again, I'm Coach Block, So Fab Kim, TDS Radio, our voice, our culture. Peace.
Bye.
Wow, are you serious?
Aww.
What happened? I said that because all of y'all comments literally just showed up. StreamYard.
Ooh.
Peace.
All right. Bye, guys.